The combination of computers and showmanship has created a cycle of rising expectations. Audiences want a more concentrated burst of thrills.
There is an increasing trend for people to use pyrotechnics directly in street theatre, for instance, where they will attach pyrotechnics to themselves or take big fountains or use fireworks in close proximity to both themselves and to the audience. It's good, but it's got to be safe, and I just would hate there to be an accident that was caused by something like that, which would reflect badly on the whole of the firework industry.
Despite the risks, a bizarre new fashion in firework displays is to mix people and pyrotechnics in a haunting ballet of danger and delight. The Elizabethan Green Man is reborn. This is Seattle, home of Wally Glenn. He's a firework fanatic who has given new life to a mythic character he calls Pyro Boy.
I think some of the appeal of fireworks that might be due to the fact that Seattle, with the high-tech industry, people are looking for an escape. It does have a history of people doing some pretty nutty, wild things for entertainment value or just for fun. I work as a web designer, designing websites. But what I'm doing is quite compelling and quite interesting because the technology behind it I find quite fascinating. My colleagues generally think I'm a nutcase. I think it really can be a handicap at work, so it's something I don't really like to promote too much, but eventually it gets out, so then I get back to be treated like a freak.
Nutcase or not, Wally devotes hours of preparation to creating his 1-minute Pyro Boy performance. He uses more than 50 of the most powerful fireworks sold in stores. Wally protects himself with special materials like Kevlar and Nomex. Kevlar is the material in bulletproof vests. Race car drivers wear Nomex to withstand blazing infernos.
I think most people don't realize how much thought goes into it. I think that they just assume it's just some moron strapping on a suit and blowing themselves up. I think about the science involved quite a bit. You have to know your chemicals to create like a beautiful green or a beautiful blue, but not at the same time spontaneously combust. There's a lot of thought you have to go into to make it look good. If something goes really wrong, we're in trouble. We try to work around that by we have multiple layers, so that way it burns off layer at a time. We do a big safety check to make sure gloves are going to be adequate, the glasses are working right, because if it isn't, I end up with a really bad burn and probably end up in a trauma ward. I've had a few injuries doing Pyro Boy, nothing really serious, but the worst is I burned my neck during a show we did down in South Carolina because a fountain had come dislodged and landed on my neck, and it started acting like a blowtorch. I take the risk because I enjoy doing it. I cover my body in pyrotechnics and I blow myself up.
And the result? Pyro Boy.
The typical crowd, if they've never seen it before, they will be completely shocked, and then they will be cheering, and there will be a lot of people just astonished at what's going on.
Would-be Pyro Boys should be warned not to try this at home.